Hey everyone. I just thought of sharing with you some strategies that parents can use to stimulate language at home. Okay, so if you are a parent of toddlers, age 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3 years of age, these strategies might be appropriate for you in case you want to keep building language skills at home. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my PowerPoint to you. All right. I just want to start with this slide. Okay. So this is a research done by Roberts and Kaiser in 2011, and they found that parents and caregivers can be taught to use language strategies, and that parent implemented language interventions are associated with substantial language growth in young children with varying degrees of cognitive and language impairments. Okay, so even if you're not an SLP, if you know what strategies to use at home to build your child's speech and language skills, then you'll be able to definitely help your child improve and make progress. So I have put here a couple of those important strategies. Number one is to follow your child's lead. Okay. As parents, we're excited to hear our children talk. Okay. And one of the best things that you can do is to follow your child's lead. What is your child interested in? What is she playing with? What is he looking at? Okay. And you're going to use that as an opportunity to build their language. Number two is to watch and wait. Related to the first strategy, you want to watch them, give time to really observe what they're doing, and also wait. Sometimes you would hear some words that you thought your child's not able to say yet, but then you would hear them uttering different words or phrases, even if they're just approximations of the words that they would like to say. Number three is to engage at their level. As you can see in this picture, the parents are down there on the carpet with their child, and they're playing with her and engaging with her. Number four is to model words or naming. So if your child is interested in playing blocks or in playing farm animals, then you model the words of those particular toys. Oh, there is a cat or a cow. I see a pig, a horse. Okay. Number five is to repeat, repeat, repeat. This is a strategy that we really emphasize for parents of child will have to hear the target words many, many times before they can actually say it. Okay. So it's important that you're bombarding them with the words, the target words that you want them to learn. And you have to do it over and over and over. So let's say you're teaching the word eat. Ooh, mommy's eating pancakes. Do you want to eat cereals? Daddy's eating bacon and eggs. So you have to keep that same word, you repeat that same word over and over and over. Reduce questions. A lot of our parents, because they're excited to hear their children talk, they would kind of quiz them, like, what color is this? What's that? Tell me this. What's this? Okay. Because I know we are trying to elicit language from our children. But when children are quizzed like that, they actually feel more stressed and harder for them to actually verbally express themselves. Okay. So if you can limit your questions and instead increase the number of repetition, the number of modeling, that would be better for your child. Okay, commenting. So there's two kinds. There's self-talk and there's parallel talk. When I say self-talk, you're actually describing what you're doing. Let's say you're in the kitchen and you're preparing breakfast, and your child is just there, playing or just sitting on the table. So you want to improve his vocabulary, their vocabulary. And so you just narrate what you're doing. Look, I'm making our breakfast. I'm cooking eggs and bacon or making pancakes. So that's your self talk. You're like a narrator of what you're doing. I know we're busy, so sometimes, and we're tired, so sometimes we just do, the stuff that we need to do. But if we put language into those um, different routines that we're doing, it definitely would help our children. Parallel talk means you are actually narrating what your child is doing. So let's say you see Johnny playing with the blocks. Okay, oh wow, you're playing with blocks. That is a tall tower. And then, just make comments on what your child is doing. Offer choices. It's easier for children to respond if they're given just two choices instead of asking, what do you want to eat or what do you want to wear? So tell them or ask them, do you want cereals or pancakes for breakfast? Okay. Or do you want to wear the pink shirt or the purple shirt? Okay. Sometimes they would just point to what they want, and that's okay. That's already a communicative intent. They point, and then you label what they're pointing. Oh, you want pancakes. Yummy pancakes. I love pancakes too. And then after that choice, you're also adding that strategy of repetition. Okay. Copy and add words. So this is expansion of what your child is able to say already. So let's say your child is in the single word level. They're just saying words, just single words here and there. Okay. So then your goal is to help them combine two words together. So if they're saying milk, then you say, oh, you want more milk. Or if they're labeling the ball, oh, big ball. Okay. You're trying to put two words together. And I would recommend teaching them not just a lot of nouns, but verbs as well. So they can put the verb and the noun together. So eat banana, drink milk, and so on. Okay. If your child is in the two-word combination already, they're saying two words at the same time, then your goal is to increase it to three-word utterances. Communicative temptations would include modifying your home, the setting, so that you will give your children the chance to verbally express themselves. A lot of times, because we're busy and we want our child to be able to get what they want, I've heard a lot of parents say that, oh, the juice is just there, the snacks are just there, they can easily reach for it and they can get it without even having to ask for it, which is okay. But if you try to change the settings such that the snacks or the things that they like, the cookie, for example, is not within their reach, but it is maybe a little bit higher up on the shelf, but they can still see it, but then they're not able to get it on their own independently, and they would have to resort to you to ask, okay, and to verbalize. So if you see them looking at you and maybe pointing, okay, then you label the object that they're pointing to. Oh, cookie. You want cookie? Yes, let's have one cookie. Cookies, yummy. Okay. Playtime during bath. Okay. So there's probably like bath toys or, stuff they usually play with during bath time. So instead of, just having water all ready for them and the bath toys, what if one day there's no water in the bathtub? Or what they will be doing, of course, will be to look at you and then kind of in their minds are questioning, so where's the water? And they probably would be motivated to talk to you and say water or wawa or whatever word you're prompting them to say, and then you model that word to them, and then as you do it over and over, then eventually they'll be able to say those words as well. Verbal routines are pretty much anything that you do on a regular basis. So, for example, if you're like playing, you like playing with cars with your kid, or you like to run with your kid, so you say ready, set, go. So that's a verbal routine: ready, set, go. As you keep saying this, maybe after some time, instead of saying ready, set, go, you just say ready, set, and then look at your child, have that expectant look, and see if your child will be able to say go. Okay. If If they need a little bit more push, maybe you can kind of model how to start that word, go, 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 and then point your mouth and see if they're going to be able to say go, go, go. Okay, even if it's not the exact word, even if it's just an approximation. Okay, or songs, the wheels on the bus go round and round, and if they keep on doing that, maybe we can meet some of the words and see if they'll be able to do it on their own. Okay. And then the last one is just to remember to teach language during daily routines. It's not a separate amount of time or a separate part of the day when you have to sit down with your child and really build that language, but the language happens, or the stimulation of the language skills happens throughout the day when your child is with you. Okay, if your child is with a caregiver, with a grandparent, feel free to share these strategies so that they can also help your children improve on their language skills. Okay, I am going to share another slide with you. Okay, a lot of parents might be wondering how many words should my child say at a certain age, okay? So this is a nice visual from Speech Sisters. Um, the age 12 months. So if your child is a year old, at least have one word, maybe mama or dada. Okay. Now this next column is like the average, like most children are able to say 5 words or a little bit more than 5 words. Okay. So if your child is just saying one word, your neighbor's child is saying 5 words, I mean, that's okay as long as your child is able to say one word, because that's the milestone. Come 18 months, they usually would be able to say 10 words, 24 months, 50 words, 36 months, about 250 words. Now, do not be alarmed if your child is saying less than this, because this is just one piece of the puzzle. Okay, there's other things that we look at to be able to assess if the child is performing within the average range for their expressive and yeah, for their expressive language. Okay, but as a general rule, we want to look at this one, the milestone. So again, if your neighbor's child is saying like 50 words already at the age of 18 months, but your child is only saying 10, your child is not delayed. She's just right on the milestone, 10 words. Okay. And then the other thing that I want to share, again, this is a resource from Speech Sisters. Okay. Parents thought that when they count the words of their children, it has to be the actual word. But there's other things that would count as a word. Okay, so when you're counting the number of words of your child, of course it's the actual words like mama, dada, up. Okay, if your child is saying oh yay, ooh, exclamatory words can be counted as a word. Or if they're doing baby sign language like more, all done, help, they are also counted as words. Okay, or if your child is saying ba, you might think it's not a word, but it's his approximation for ball, so that is also considered a word. Or animal sounds, okay, like boo, meow, ba, and so on. Those are all counted as words. So let's say the actual words would just be 5, but your child is doing some word approximations, some animal sounds or exclamatory words, it may actually be more than 5. Okay. What's important for a word or for an utterance to be considered as a word, it has to be used consistently, independently, and intentionally. So it's not like they just heard it and they repeated it. Okay. But they're using it intentionally, and there is an attached meaning to it. Okay, so let me stop sharing that. Okay, so I just thought I want to share those strategies, as I know a lot of people now who have toddlers around the ages of 1, 2, 3, and I thought it would be helpful for them so that they can keep on building their children's language skills even at home. Thank you.